This is the new Mercedes-AMG A45s. But before we get started or do anything, let's just take some time to absorb these new killer looks. Okay, enough of that. In this video, we're going to have a look at the car, we're going to see how it drives, we're going to check out the performance, look at the inside, everything like that. But at the end, I'm going to give you my verdict in the form of the GDR test. Should you get it, should you drive it, or should you remove it from your list of cars you're looking at? Stick around, this should be a fun one. Welcome to another review, and in today's one we're looking at the manic, the barbaric, the demonic, and the absolutely mental Mercedes-Benz A45s. This car puts out 310 kilowatts and 500 Newton meters of torque from a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Yeah, and I just thought that people that drive this sort of pocket rocket hot hatch would wear their cap like this, because you know it's an A45, but I don't own one, so I will just wear my cap normally and continue the review like this. Now this was the engine that broke the automotive internet, if you can call it that. So yeah, no one had ever been able to put out that much power from a 2-liter before. But it's very common now within Mercedes-Benz. This engine's been used in the new SL. You'll also find it in the new C63 as well as the C43. Yeah, I'm getting all of my numbers and letters correct here. But yeah, man, this thing is bonkers. And in a small format car like this, the A-Class, it's just nuts. This car is so fast, and with a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. And that responsibility sits within the 4MATIC 4-wheel drive system, and it does it really, really well. It puts the power down, there's minimal slip, there's barely any tire squeal when you're pulling off. It literally puts everything down at once when you need it, and you go off like a complete rocket. I thought I'd give you a quick little exhaust note sound. It's not the loudest, but still quite fruity. But I'll put it into Sport Plus so we can have all the fun and get all the exhaust notes so you can hear everything. I'll open up the window too. Then we can have fun. Here we go. So there's pops and bangs on the overrun, and if you put it into manual like I like it, like this, you can control them and have them whenever you want. So you can have downshifts and pops. And you can also, again, like, you're getting this at 60 k's an hour, so you can have fun in your neighborhood, but can't say your neighbors are gonna like you. And again, second gear, 60 k's an hour. Yo. And it just pulls you back instantly. And I think, and for me, one of the biggest learnings that I've had is you can get a lot of power out of someone almost drove into me. You can get a lot of power out of EVs these days, and you can get the same sort of torque and pull, but you're not getting the theater that comes with driving an ICE engine. Like, you don't get that with an EV. I love EVs, but they're not A45 AMGs that make sounds and pops and bangs. It's not the same. But yeah, this is a remarkable car. The drive quality is really good. If you keep it in comfort, it manages the suspension even better. And as you up those different drive modes into sport, into sport plus, and into race and all of that stuff, everything tightens up, from the engine becoming a lot more responsive and loud, the exhaust opens up, but as well as the suspension. So if you leave it into comfort, it becomes more of an easier to handle daily driver. Back into comfort, it gets a bit quieter and a little bit softer, so you can drive this every day without breaking your back and feeling every bump that you go over. So that's quite cool. This car's also got an incredible launch control. Now, I'm not going to be able to get it onto camera for you, but just trust me that when you put the car into Sport Plus and those modes, you put your foot on the brake, you've put down the accelerator, you can see it comes up on screen, and you let go, and this four-wheel drive system, the 4MATIC, just literally manages all of the traction for you, and you go off like a rocket ship. Okay, I did say I wasn't going to get it on camera, but let's have a quick look and see. My camera might go all shaky, but let's launch this. Oh, she's like, okay, that's pretty serious. Wow. And it's hard to see what that feels like through the screen, but whew, felt like my stomach was in the back seats there. Yo. So yeah, I mean, it's tough to make the decision between getting an EV that's giving out this performance or an internal combustion engine, but this thing is wild, guys. And in today's price of things, these sorts of hatchbacks and EVs are very similarly priced. So like I said, you people with a lot of money, you've got some big decisions to make. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about the fuel consumption, because I don't think you're going to be worried about that if you're buying an A45 AMG. It's not good, I'll put it out there, but I'm not going to go into the specifics. But otherwise, driving this car is great. It gets a lot of attention, it's theatrical, it makes all the noises, it's got all of the performance you need, it throws you back into your seat. It's everything that an AMG was built for. You've got the hand-built AMG engine up front there. I'll put his name there, but I've forgotten it right now. But yeah, it might be a baby AMG, it might be a 2-liter, it might be a 45, it's not a 63 or any of those big ones, but it's everything you need from a Mercedes-Benz AMG engine. Okay, let's take a quick look at the exterior, the part that shouts the most about this car, because the exhaust isn't that loud, but I think the exterior definitely makes up for it. And this particular A45 is in the street style edition, which means design cues are taken to another level. Firstly, there's the paint, which is Mountain Grey Magno, a really cool satin grey, which is accompanied by all of these bright orange accents all over the car. It's also got the aerodynamic kit on, which explains all of these crazy looking canards all over, as well as these really cool looking 19-inch wheels with this extra thick lip on them. I've actually grown to like these a lot. And then making our way around the back of the car, you've got these AMG decals that wrap around the side all the way to the back. You've got a lot more aero, you've got 4 pipes, but what sticks out the most here is that wing sitting right on top there. I think it just adds to the sportiness of this car and just finishes it off properly. And from the back, you'll probably get one of my most favorite angles. It's got large hips, it's squatty, and it just looks like it's sporty and it's ready to take off. But before we take off, let's have a quick look inside the boot, because it is a hatchback, so you should have moderately good room in there, which it looks like you do. Unfortunately, there isn't a spare wheel in here. You've just got a tire repair kit, which is pretty sucky, but I guess that's just what happens with modern cars these days. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the space in the back here. I think it's more than adequate. Through the menu here, you've got a bespoke AMG menu where you can see everything the car's doing instantaneously. You can see what's happening with the suspension, you can see which wheels are working in the front and the back, you can see which ones are being pushed. You can also have a look at the engine, you can see what Newton meters you're pulling, what kilowatts you're creating, and everything like that. It's really, really cool. It's got everything a modern day Mercedes-Benz offers. So you've got this full-on infotainment system, you've got all the ambient lighting you could need at night. It glows like the inside of a chicken licken or actually any fast food brand that you want. You've got every color to choose from, 64 colors to be exact. And just a really comfortable but yet sporty interior. These seats are actually really comfortable. You can adjust the side bolstering through the infotainment as well. It starts as standard as wide as it can be, which is a little bit alarming because they're very tight right now, and all the system can do is make it tighter. So if you are a little bit wider than the normal person, you might be a little bit uncomfortable in these seats, but if you are a slim person, you'll feel at home and you can make it tighter as what you might need it. But let's have a little bit more fun and make some noise. That never gets old, and it doesn't make you stop smiling ever. Damn, this car's a lot of fun. And then onto the pricing. So yeah, this car sells from just under 1.4 million rand. So for under 1.4 million rand, you're getting a highly tuned, highly developed automobile. You're getting a hot hatch of the highest caliber. Yes, there are other cars out there that have got similar power that are a little bit cheaper, like the RS3, which also comes with a 2.5 litre engine, 5-cylinder and not a 4. So the purists might go for that, but if you're getting this sort of performance and noise and theatrics out of a 2 litre, then I don't know, a lot of decisions need to be made for those people that have got a lot of money. So yep, it's a baby AMG. It puts out 310 kilowatts. You've got 500 Newton meters. You've got all-wheel drive. You've got ambient lighting for days. You've got seriously comfortable bucket seats. You've got the street style edition here, which is going to give you this really cool satin grey finish. You've got these bright orange accents around the car. You've got AMG decals. If this thing doesn't say Hot Boy Racer like any car I've been in, I don't know what will. Woo! Alright, let's be sensible again. There we go. Okay, so if you are looking for an A-Class or an A45, then go check one out on changecars.co.za. They're a website that sells new and used cars, and they vet every single dealership that sells cars on their website. That's the main difference with them. You can go anywhere else, but just know that every dealership has been vetted that's selling a car there. So you know that whatever car you end up buying is going to be a good one. And they're a proud partner of Greg Dennis Reviews. So if I'm telling you to go check them out, then trust me, they're good. Okay, and now for the verdict in the form of my GDR test. Should you get the car? Should you drive the car? Or should you remove the car from your list of cars that you're looking at? Now it's hard to say not to get it because this thing's really, really cool. So I'd say go and get it. If you've got just under 1.4 million rand, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. You've got heaps of power, you've got killer looks. But then again, there are other alternatives like the Audi RS3, which is a little bit cheaper. It's got a 5-cylinder, but you know, I think it's going to come down to your preference with Mercedes-Benz versus Audi. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching another Greg Dennis review. If you enjoyed this, please will you drop a like below and subscribe if you want to see more car reviews and other car related content like this. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.